Alrighty, guys. Good morning. This wonderful Tuesday morning. How are you guys doing today? Um, so first off, yesterday I got two page roughs done for page 8 and 9, but I don't want to show you all of them. I'll show you a sneak peek of one of them because I do want some of this book to be a bit of a, be surprised when you do get it in your hand. So I'll show you this part. This is page 8, and it's starting a new scene. So that's all I'm going to show you on that one. But this character here, this is Marcion. He's the main bad guy, the main villain of the Shadow Sentry story, and he's about to have a little meeting. But so that's all I'm going to show you on that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I do want to keep some of the book a bit of a mystery as well as a surprise, and I don't want to give away too much. So what I thought we could do instead is take a look back through the annals of time and see a little bit of old school artwork that I did way back. So, because I'm really trying to find this cable picture that I did after John Romita Jr. When I did the artist spotlight last Wednesday, I showed you that image, and I know I've seen it somewhere. It's floating around, and I couldn't find it, but I did come across some old artwork that I will share with you guys. So, got a bunch of stuff here. We'll start with the old school first. So this, put this up here. This, let's see a date. This is, I was 15 years old, and I was in 10th grade. So I did this, and it was like an art contest of some sort, but it was like, wouldn't it be great if, and then you fill in the blank. So, what if pigs could fly, or blah, 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 whatever. So, of course, I did what if superheroes were real. And I drew all my favorite superheroes in this image. So you got Image, Marvel, a little bit of everything in there. There's Pit, Cyblade, Die Hard, Namor, Ripclaw, Colossus, Grunge, Hulk, Jubilee, Daredevil, Shatterstar, Beast, Archangel, Backlash, Cyclops, Spartan, Spawn, Grifter, Iron Man, and Maul from the Wildcats. So there you go. That was, what was I, 15? 15 years old, 10th grade. So there's that. What else? This one, I don't know, I always liked this one. It was a bit of a space scene. I didn't do too many sci-fi images really that I can remember. Mostly just superheroes and everything, but this is more of a sci-fi kind of pick with just pencil. I don't know if I used charcoal. No, I think it's just a pencil, but trying some different shading techniques and stuff. And this face, I could tell, is very Travis Charest inspired by that big thick jaw. But she's just pondering, looking at the moon, and the dude with the gun. Gotta have a dude with a gun, the hero of some sort. So there you go. And this was 1990, looks like 98. So kind of tell down there. That's how I used to do my signature. Just EN. Nice and simple, nice and easy. So there's that one. These ones I pulled out. This is some college stuff. So this is actually, this was my class in art college. I went to the Delaware College of Art and Design, as I mentioned. And so for this particular project, we had to Photoshop a bunch of images in and change stuff up. So got the Nokia phone. I think those were the phones during that time. Threw in some pictures of my girlfriend at the time. She was a baby. And there's me up there hanging out on, this is Richard Falkowitz hanging out on his shoulder. So that was my class. Started in 2000, graduated in 2002, I guess it was. So, and then this is a comic strip. We had to do a comic strip. And kind of like illustrate our morning and how we got to school, to art college. So yeah, woke up, shower, read the Bible, I eat some food, brush my teeth, get my art supplies, and then travel down this road to the art college. Our dorms were like pretty far away from the actual college. It was in Wilmington, Delaware, and then there is the front of the college. There's my man Bob working his punk rocker style. And that's actually the dude that hold on, let me see if he's in this picture. This is the dude that inspired me to make Ganon with all of his... Oh, and I don't see him. He's not in there. Bummer. He's the dude that inspired me to do Ganon with all of his punk rock style. So, I don't see him in there. Bummer. Alright, so, he must have been absent that day. Here's a fun one. Dude on a mountaintop. What's up, Nighthawk Warrior, man? Good to see you, bro. Or, hear ya. Or, you know, whatever. You get it. Glad you're there, man. But yeah, a dude rocking the Dr. Seuss hat on a mountain. This was done with colored pencil. So, this one's cool. This one came out cool. Now, this is the Dueling Cavalier. This was, I think we did this project when we were working with different inking pens and trying out new stuff. We were trying like the brush, and I don't know if we were doing nib or what, but I think that's what was going on here. But we had to pick a character, and I did like a Cavalier, old school looking dude, having a little showdown of some sort. So, and this was 2001. So there's that. We did a lot of cool projects in college. This one, we had to, let me see, we studied an animal, and in this case it was raccoons. So we studied an animal, and then we had to kind of anthropomorphize them. So I did a lot of just studies of raccoons and drew a lot of different pictures of raccoons. So here's these ones. And this one. And these are just taken from photographs, and then I would, you know, draw them, study the guy, and then I'll show you what we did after that. So here's a bunch of different raccoon studies, all with pencil. So, and then we would take the character or the raccoon, and then put him in some sort of scene. So here's a bit of Romeo and Juliet, kind of Robin Hood-ish scene with a raccoon. This was done with watercolor, which I don't really use too much, but this was one of my first watercolor attempts. And here's this one. This one isn't really anthropomorphic, but just a final kind of raccoon image. Rummaging through the trash. Again with watercolor. So, and then, let's see here. And then there's these ones. The Roman raccoon. Then you have the Robin Hood raccoon. And last but not least, the Vietnam raccoon. So that was cool. Yep. It was fun studying raccoons. Raccoons are kind of cool, man. And then I'll show you, I'll go back, I have a binder full of high school stuff, but I want to show you, I'll show you one character in particular, but I ran across these. I told you guys about the Christ series that I worked on behind Sergio Chiarello, and I found these pages that I printed out, and they're kind of more finalized, and you can kind of get an idea of what they would have looked like. Not colored, but just, you know, the full page. There's that. These ones here. But like I said, I completed the whole book, and basically the Christ series published by Kingstone Comics is a chronological retelling of the Gospels, but in chronological order. So, you know, combining basically all 4 Gospels and then just retelling the story. And so yeah, so these are parables and stuff with the women who were going to the wedding, and the ladies who forgot their lamp oil. And then last but not least, this is when Satan enters Judas Iscariot before he betrays Christ. So he's going. I love how that one came out. I like I was trying to do a lot of shadows, making it very like foreboding and what's about to happen. But they pay him his I think, what was it, 30 shekels or whatever. But that's Judas Iscariot, and then there it is. They're paying him his money. And there is the Last Supper. And he's washing his disciples' feet. So there you go. So yeah, this was written by Ben Avery. Or I should say adapted by Ben Avery. Alright, so this is more like superhero stuff. This is 1996. So I would have been I think in middle school at this point, but kind of a character I created. I don't remember his name, but very looks like Spartan kind of deal. Cybernetic, blah blah blah. But some more. My character. So all these old school drawings. Here's a guy, kind of like a, I don't know, like a Hawkeye type dude, but maybe a little more martial arty. You know, very heavily inspired by the old Image characters and the Image books that I'd read. This was a team I created called Contra, and so there's the main dude, or the one guy. Gosh, I can't remember his name. This is Wildfire. So this character is like one of my favorite characters that I created growing up. I made a comic for him. It's like I don't know how many pages, but I did like a little short story. It's all drawn out and everything. I could take a look at that sometime. But yeah, like here he is again. So I loved Grifter, and so this is my masked character. You know, very military kind of deal, guns, etc., etc. But so he is actually going to be in the Shadow Sentry, but much further along. There's another one. There's Wildfire. I think this was Napalm. I can't remember the names of the other guys. But anyway, so he is in the Shadow Sentry, but he's part of the XI Hunters. And I'm going to change up his look probably a little bit, but he will have a mask just for old time's sake. And he's going to be more of a bad guy than a good guy. But he's cybernetically enhanced. That's about all I will tell you about that. But yeah. So here's a bunch of old school drawings. There's Wildfire, and then this guy my friend in high school created. His name is Rage, I think it was at the time. His name was Jay Lee, so I did Jay Lee. And yeah, so we'd constantly draw each other's characters and talk about how we were going to make comics when we grew up. That's Rage, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So constantly doing things together, talking about what we're going to do, the books we're going to make. Now these are really very messy, but you can kind of get an idea what we're doing there. I don't even know what that, oh, it's a pouch. Gosh. This was like my pouches and guns phase, where it's just craziness. But it was fun. So anyway, there you go. This was the very first drawing I did of Wildfire. Gosh, I don't know how old I was when I did that one, but that was way back in the day. And I think I called him, the first was Death Wish. That's what I called him at first. And then I changed it to Wildfire. So that's the very first look of him. There's a crazy face I did. I think I did that on a book cover or something. So, yeah. All right, I think that's it. I don't know if I have any other... What's up, Humphrey Bear? How's it going, man? just going through some old artwork. Oh, here's a... So this one, it's kind of light. This was... We did like a realistic portrait, an exaggerated portrait, and then, you know, very Joker-esque abstract portrait, and then a surreal, or I don't know what that one was, but that's like my superhero me. But this was something I did in art college. Here's a smaller version of the page I did of me going to school, the sequential art page. There's a colored version of the Dueling Cavalier. So I don't know if that's gouache or what that is, but colored over that there. So these are all different projects we'd have to do in art college. You know, illustration and just refining our craft, refining our inking abilities, etc., etc. So did a lot of cool stuff. What else? If we were gonna illustrate a the taper's coming through there. Illustrate a, what do you call that? A political cartoon. So yeah. All right. Last but not least, I drew this real small. This is Team 7. So this is, gosh, it was like super duper small. But yeah. And I used ballpoint pen on that one. So I forget what the heck that project was, but there you go. I was really good at drawing super small. I'd always draw like super small stuff. Yeah, so I was trying to find that cable picture I did, and I could not find it, but I did find all this stuff. Here's 2 of my characters that I created way back in the day. Put them together, more of a finalized. So as I got older, I started to try and finalize pictures, because I'd always draw just little things here and there. I was like, all right, I need to actually like finish something. So this was me finishing some characters and coloring it. So what else? Here's a picture of Grifter on his bullet bike way back in the day. Sorry for the glare. This was a house illustration I did of something. I think I just light boxed it actually and just made like a more of an illustration from it, but it was some sort of house. I think they would help like cancer survivors or something, and they needed an illustration of their house, so I did that. And this is another comic I started doing for a character. This was, gosh, what was his name? I forget, but there's some cool panels that came out of this. Like cracking the dude with his gun. So anyway, I don't remember what the heck. I think the character's name was Divine Wind, aka Kamikaze. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. There's some old school Eric for your enjoyment. So like I said, I can't show you the new stuff for the pages on Shadow Sentry. I think I might have to skip this scene or something, but I don't want to give away too much. So that's gonna have to, you guys are gonna have to do without some Shadow Sentry pages for just a time. But in the meantime, I still have this commission that I need to finish. So I will finalize this in the meantime, for your visual enjoyment. And yeah. So Nighthawk and Humphrey Bear, it looks like you guys still have wrenches. So I didn't have to mod you again. So I guess it's just automatic. Once I do it, you're good. So that's cool. All right. So this is looking very light on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to darken it up. But this is just the basic outline of this. This character is Pike from the Wildcats. He's a villain from the Wildcats. So this is just a pencil commission. typically I usually do, I rarely get just pencil commissions, so I kind of have to go back to thinking like a penciler. Because I ink my work mostly, I really, it's like different. Going back to penciling, it's kind of weird. Got to think a little different. But I'm just gonna come in here and darken things up. I'm using a mechanical pencil. This is a 7.7, and I think it's like a lighter lead. I like lighter leads. Did I find out how to invite Gary as a guest yet? No, I have not. I have not. So I do want to go on YouTube and see if I can figure that out. But I did talk to Gary. We haven't nailed down a date yet, so I still have a little bit of time. But Gary will be my first guest, I promise. And I'll let you all know when that's going to happen. So that'll be fun. And so I'm going to, this part of the mask is black, so I'm just going to pick out some areas to highlight. Oh. This is going to fade to black there. But yeah, Gary will totally be on board. I'm sure he'll be cool with that. And just got to nail down a date, but that'll be fun. We'll have to figure out a topic to discuss, or just kind of, or we just kick it and just see what happens. Non-scripted, just go for it kind of stream. That would be fun too. All right. He's got this little doohickey on his head. So let me get my is it straight? Hold on, I can't see. Straight. That should work. And because this is in pencil, one of the things I have to do is erase some of my sketch lines underneath. I should have used my blue line pencil, probably, because this is just a pencil drawing, so that way I can kind of sketch over my blue line and I don't have to erase. But I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, apparently. And so now I'm gonna have to erase some of these lines. But I did an interview last night with it's called Geek Elite Media, and so it's not going to air right away. It'll be, he said, about 2 weeks before it actually airs, but I'll let you guys know when that is up and available, and you can check that out. The guy's name is Mitch, a really cool guy. But you could search Geek Elite Media online and see some of their old stuff if you want. I have another podcast scheduled for tonight that I'll be doing. And then tomorrow I'm heading to a local comic shop, not local to me, but kind of up north a little bit. And I'm going to give them some handouts and stuff so they can promote Shadow Sentry. Really cool comic shop called Nowhere Comics. And they do a lot of stuff with like indie creators and everything, and love to promote creator owned stuff. So that'll be cool. I'm going to go over there tomorrow. So yeah. So doing little things here and there to promote Shadow Sentry, get the word out. Bow, 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 bow. top part of his mask is all black. So let me see here. Let me go with my elliptical so I'll mess that up. There we go. All right, do the other eyeball. Is Geek Elite on YouTube? I don't know. He's on Twitter. They have their own website. I'm trying to remember if he gave out a YouTube channel last night on the stream or on the interview. I don't recall. But if you search it and find them, then they are on YouTube. Nighthawk Warrior, what did I miss? I stepped away. I don't know. Depends on when you stepped away, but I don't think you missed anything much. I'm still drawing. I'm doing finishing up this Pike commission. It's gonna be a penciled commission, and I'm working on the final finished pencils. Do 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 do. Boom, boom. Did you see all the old artwork I shared, Nighthawk? I did share some old artwork. You probably like that. This is Pike. This is a villain from the Wildcats. This is a commission I have. Pencil commission. Just pencil. So I going in here and just fully rendering everything. And maybe I'll wrap this around. Do you want to do that? I don't know. I think I like it better when his whole head is black, full black. Kind of has like a Deadpool-ish kind of mask. So this area is black and the rest is red. But sorry, I got a message from my wife on Facebook. I found a Geek Elite Media comic site. Is that them? Yes, I believe that would be them. It's kind of like there's like a box, and it's like I think it's GM, Geek Elite Media, something like that. Some kind of logo that looks like that. So if that's what it looks like. Nighthawk Warrior, who did the Shadow Sentry cover up on the screen? That is mine. That is the one I penciled and inked, and colors are by Carbon Graphics. That is the Angels versus Demons cover, and then the kid in the middle, that is Jason. He is the focal point of book 1 of Shadow Sentry. So that is who that is. He is the baby that you see in the first few pages of the Shadow Sentry on the Indiegogo campaign page. He is the son of Valora and Noble, aka Robert, who you see on those pages there. So Thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. I think it came out pretty good. The colors make it pop, man. It really pops with the colors. All right, so all this is going to be black. I'm going to hold off on that because I don't want to smear. Actually, I shouldn't really be coloring in too much of the black yet, because when I'm inking this, I'm going to be smearing this with my hand. So I need to get a piece of paper to cover that up. So, get one of these that I might not use. Actually, maybe, hold on. I have this thinner paper. This would probably be, or smoother. This might be better for covering up the art over here. So there's going to be Kirby Crackle going on over here. So I'm going to pencil that in. The Kirby Crackle. And then what I might do is, I'll show you, but is that in the screen? Yeah, all right, cool. I can do this, and then come back in with my eraser and erase some of this here, like that. Kind of create like a gradient kind of effect there. Just kind of. So, to be honest, I don't remember what his power is. He has a staff. The staff is like charged with power, but I don't know if it's coming from him or just like the staff itself or what. But I thought he was just more of a fighter. But I don't really remember what the heck his power was per se. But yeah, so the Kirby Crackle is for the staff, and then he also has the Kirby Crackle going on his like gauntlet things on his arms as well. So I'm gonna do this. There we go. It's all dark and overcast today for me, so I'm drawing rain-based character ideas currently. Cool, man. How's your Spore character coming along? How's he doing? It's actually gonna be raining here, like, man, for the next week or so here in sunny San Diego. So that's kind of unusual for us. But I welcome the rain, and it'll help my wife's garden too. So we've been doing a lot of planting. Lots of planting. For those of you who don't know, we have chickens, and got chickens, we got plants. My wife's starting to get into doing plants and growing some veggies, man. Growing our own veggies. So my wife is a great cook, so I'm excited about having some fresh veggies. And because it's raining and the kids can't go outside and play today, they're gonna be playing some video games. We don't have a game system, but we realized on our Roku TV, or no, our the Amazon Fire TV, the Fire Stick thing, you can download games and apps and stuff. And so once they found that out, that was it, man. So we got like a cool Hot Wheels racing game or something, and so they're all about that right now. It's kind of fun. All right, let me add some more of. Haven't done much more with the human spore yet. No problem. No problem. All right, let me erase these lines. So there's some of the, it's not exactly a Kirby crackle, but yeah, it's got the power signature. The power popping off his pole. Off his, that sounds funny. Power popping off of his staff. Alright, let's do this blade thing. So it's got this blade. It's not a if you're familiar with the Wildcats, Zealot has these Coda blades, and you see these Coda blades by the Coda warriors that they all carry, but kind of looks like that, but I don't think that's what it is. Let's erase this. Excuse me, I got my horsehair brush. This is from art college. I still have this. This is what we use to wipe all the stuff off of our paper. They were real anal about keeping your artwork clean, which is a good thing. I'm real anal about that now too with my kids. They draw stuff and they want to sell it on like Friday night auctions, and I'm like, guys, I'll do it, but you better keep it clean. It better look nice. I don't want to see spills on it, crinkled corners, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to teach them, if you're gonna have artwork, you gotta keep it nice and pretty, because ain't nobody gonna want to buy your artwork if it looks like you left it out in the rain or something, man. I mean, as kids, yeah, people probably buy it anyway, but if I had that stuff, heck no. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. Doom, 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 boom. 5 people watching. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having a good day. And it's rainy here in San Diego. I don't know what it's like where you are at, but hopefully you don't mind the rain. My wife loves the rain. When it's raining, she's like, yeah, I can stay home, curl up on the couch, read a book, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and she's set. So you gotta make lemonade if you're given, or what's that saying? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Gotta make the best of a bad rainy day. And if you're at work, who cares? Because you're probably inside. But I'm doing okay today, Nighthawk Warrior. Doing all right. Doing pretty good. All right. Let me do that thing. Let me get my trusty old. Is this a stylus? What do you call this thing? This is I forget what the name of this thing is. This thing is great. You can tell I've used it like so much. It's broken. It's cracked. It's cracked again. And it's some of the edges aren't even great, but this is what I use all the time. And it's really good for making curves. Is it called a curve tool? I don't even know. I'm an artist. I don't even know my tools' names. It's crazy. I'll just call him Peter. This is Peter, and I use Peter a lot for my curves. So there you go. Peter is a trusted friend, very good companion, never steers me wrong. He's got his wrinkles, but it always works out. Some of his edges aren't perfect, but he always comes through in a pinch. All right, so sorry, I keep hitting my head on my camera. Bam, 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 bam. And I bought a new one of these curved things, and it just isn't as good as Peter. Peter is my man. Where's my other one? Oh, there it is. I'll call this one Sheila. Sheila is good. She's brand new, but she's just not as good as Peter. I don't know. You know, it's like there's a different curve to Sheila, so it's hard to get like exactly what I want out of Sheila. But Peter, man, he is trusted. He is good. I like him. All right, there's that blade there. French curve, yay, Humphrey Bear. Thank you, man. French curve, that's it. Thank you. When I can't think of stuff, I got so much other stuff on my mind. It's like I can't remember what the heck a French curve is called. Okay, hold on. Let me do these. Let me do these wires. He's also got these huge classic 90s, whatever you call those things, coming off of his outfit. So let me do those real quick. Kind of get this stuff out of the way. French curve. Do you think the French made it? Is that why it's the French curve? Like the French fry and the French kiss. Is it all French made? What do Americans have? Like what's American? We don't have anything that's like the American curve, the American burger. Maybe if you go to like Carl's Jr., you might get the American burger, but I don't know. Do we have anything with American in front of the name? I'm curious. All right, so got that out the way. Let me get this back over here. So hopefully this is starting to clear up a little bit for you guys. You can see it a little better. These are just the wires coming off his little headgear here. A little bit bigger wire now. All right. So he's going to have a lot of gear. Lots of gear. Let me find that one picture. I don't know about that, Eric. But it's curious, right? How come the French have everything and we have... What do we got? What do we got? Come on. We need something. Okay, hold on. I showed this picture before, but I want to show it again. So this is Pike. This is a picture of Jim Lee doing Pike back in the day. He's got all this cool gear. So let me find it to share with you. Is it downloads? Nope. Got so many things on my phone, I can't find it. Screenshots? Nope. Would it be under... Hold on. I got this downloaded file. Is that it? Nope. Instagram Messenger. Nope. Reference. Reference? Huh. Where did I put it? Did I delete it? Maybe it's under others artwork. There it is. Others artwork. Here is Pike. Let's see that. Can you see that? Let me break my screen. So there's Pike. Old school Jim Lee Pike. Lots of guns, lots of gear. Just awesomeness. And that is from, I think, the Art of Homage Studios, I think is what that comic was that was from. But anyway, he's just a fun character. He's cool. Oh, and then he's got that little, almost forgot it. He's got this little thing here. This little X down, this little V, part of his mask here. So There we go. Add some shading here. Get some more detail on the mask. All right. And let me do this one over on the other side of the head. Get this bad boy back. You have a character named Captain Fluffy. He's a white cat that stands on 2 legs and has an eye patch. Captain Fluffy. I kind of get the picture in my head from The Secret Life of Pets. That little cat. What's the cat's name? Or no, the bunny, the fuzzy bunny. What the heck? It's what's the dude's name? I'm trying to remember the actor's name who does his voice now. It's not Chris Rock. It's the other dude. The little guy. I can't remember his name. Kevin Hart. It's his character that he voices in that. Captain Fluffy. That's kind of funny. Captain Fluffy. You guys want to hear a joke? My son told me this joke this morning. I think it was, who's the leader of popcorn? Who is the leader of popcorn? It's the Colonels. The bunny's name is Snowball. Yeah, Snowball. That's the image I get in my head. I don't know if you're going for that, but that's the image I get in my head. Captain Fluffy. Rooster Punch, what's up, man? How's it going? Drawing some pike from the Wildcats. Old school Wildcats. Alright, I gotta, rather than freehand it, let me see if I can do a good, use an elliptical on this dude's head. He's got a nice melon, I don't want to mess it up. This should work fine. Rooster Punch, nothing like finding out the direct sales on your final issue completely fell off. Oh man, sorry to hear about that. Are you talking about your book? That stinks. Ugh. Good, even with the bad news. Yourself? What book is that too that you're talking about? Rooster Punch? Alright, so I will have to color that in. Yeah, that's weird, especially for a final issue. You'd think people would want to get the final issue. Alright. Just direct market sales with Diamond are down across the board. Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder how this whole coronavirus thing is affecting books and printers and all that stuff. I'm kind of like curious to see what's going to happen, especially if my book gets funded and I have to get printing done in China. How that's going to work out. very curious. And by the way, I think this whole coronavirus thing is getting blown out of proportion a whole lot. That's just my thoughts. My wife works at the hospital. She's on leave, medical leave for the pregnancy right now, but yeah, it seems like the media is just totally overplaying this right now, and people are all in a frenzy. So I don't think we have anything to worry about yet. I don't think we need to go buy all the toilet paper and water at the grocery stores just yet. I think people are just kind of going crazy right now. But yeah. Voidwalker went from about 3K in issue down to 1K on the final. Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy. Very bad. I tweeted about that weeks ago and people called me crazy. You basically can't print in China right now. Oh man, yeah, it's so lame. That's gonna screw everything up, man. And one of my concerns is if you know everybody. Well, I think it's really hard to tell exactly how bad it is because I feel like China isn't very forthcoming. And then you got Italy right now, and they got a lot of people dying that are even younger and not, the elderly. So it's kind of curious. I don't know. But if people keep blowing it out of proportion and shutting their doors and closing stuff down, I mean, it's gonna really affect everybody in a bad way. If you can't make money, you can't buy stuff, and before you know it, you got like an economic crisis on your hands. So the Chinese economic hit is going to make waves for comics and print in general. I have a lot of years experience in printing before I ever got into comics. Yeah. I mean, there are alternatives. Printing in America won't be as cheap, but you can do it here. So hopefully, maybe creators, artists, and publishers will look for local options. I have a printer local who can do digital printing for me, so it's just going to be more expensive, but might have to wait out this craziness for a bit. If you ever need tips or suggestions, feel free to DM me on Twitter. Will do. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I will probably do that. And then George Exopoulos, he's a guy who's on Drawn and Quartered and stuff. He actually has his own printer. He went out and got his own printer for doing comics, so might have to chat with him too. All right, so there's that fist. All right, let me get this back over here. Don't want to smear this. Basically looking at supply chain issues. That's the real ordeal, and it has a ripple effect for a bit. Supply chain issues, ripple effect. Yep. The ripple effect. Yeah, man, even freaking toilet paper is made in Wuhan, China. And I hope that doesn't have a ripple effect, because that's going to be horrible. But maybe that's why everybody's buying up all the toilet paper. I don't know, but I haven't gone out and bought up all the toilet paper in the store yet. But if everybody else is doing it, will there be any for me when I get there? That's the question. Nice, you do wax packs with your home printer? That's cool. That's cool. All right. Nighthawk Warrior says, so Eric, the idea I got to create Captain Fluffy character of mine is based on my pet cat, who has one eye. Boom. There you have it, folks. Captain Fluffy is based on a real one-eyed cat that Nighthawk Warrior has at home with him. You heard it here, folks. Heard it here first. Captain Fluffy is based on a real cat. That's how you do it, man. Inspiration at home. You can make like a whole team of them. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Cats. Fluffy can be the leader. It's just an idea. Just throwing it out there. Alright, so this is going to have... There are some details. Now comes the gearing up part. Got to give him all his gear. Let's think here. Let me go back to my picture. Temporary tattoos in house too. Wow. Do you do stickers by chance? I'm gonna need stickers if we hit our first stretch goal. I have a few people I know that do stickers, but it's always good to have options. All right, let's see here. What kind of gear can I give Mr. Pike? Okay. My dad is messaging me. For some reason, every time he went to Indiegogo, he'd see like a lock and like a white screen, like he couldn't get into Indiegogo for some weird reason. So I had to kind of troubleshoot with him, walk him through some options, like how I told him to clear his cache and his cookies. So I don't know why. Like if he Googles Shadow Sentry on Indiegogo, it comes up, and then once he clicks the link, it takes him, and it's like a blank white page. So had to. They're fairly easy to do in house with the printer and circuit setup I have. Cool. All right. Well, I might DM you for that too, man. Cool deal. All right. Back to my blue lines. Oh, no. We're going to do pencil. We're just going to keep going with pencil because I already started with pencil. I don't want to mess it up. And how's my computer doing on battery? Good. Halfway there. All right, cool. More cost effective if you are printing a lot of them to do a sticker mule or a site like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. If depending on how many backers I get, I mean, I might not. I'm probably not going to need more than, well, no more than 200. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I might want extra for just to have, but I don't know what kind of number-wise, what I would need to do for a smaller print run. But Humphrey Bear asks, are you making Shadow Sentry shirts, mugs, stickers, etc.? If you guys are interested in mugs, I'm definitely doing stickers. T-shirts are definitely an option. I'm totally thinking about doing that. Mugs, I don't know. I mean, I could do it. It could be more of a, on-demand thing. But let me know if you guys want mugs. If you want journals with Shadow Sentry artwork on the front, I could do journals. Yeah. But something like that, I might do. Like just put them on Redbubble, and like if you want them, you could just go there and buy them, and then maybe, I would get a percentage of it, but I'd have to look at other sites and how much they cost and things like that for mugs. The t-shirt people, I kind of, I already use some t-shirt people, but the mugs, I'd have to see. But if you want them, I will make them. Captain Hiltz is here. What's up, Eric? How goes it? It goes well, my friend. Doing good. This fine, rainy Tuesday kind of morning, afternoonish day. It's going well. I did an interview last night and doing another podcast interview tonight. And yeah, so got some stuff going on, trying to promote. And I gotta get on, gotta get over there to Fanspeak, get on that. Hi, Captain Hoots, says Nighthawk Warrior. The kids are fighting. All right. Let's see. Should I give him a knife? I'm trying to think. What kind of gear should I go with? Should I gear him up with? Belts and pouches are always fun. I do kind of like to think, like, what's he gonna use it for? I think about functionality. I can just throw pouches and pouches and more pouches, but is it functional? That's what I'm thinking. Is it functional? Give him a big pouch back here. Filling up the space. There's a strap over here. I apologize if this is really light, if it's hard to see. I will darken it up. Just give me some time. Here. His shoulder over here, this is going to be like metal. On this, on the reference photo that the guy sent me, it's a little bit different uniform than I recall. I think Brett Booth designed it, so it's a little different, but that's what I'm gonna go with. That's what I gotta use what he sent me. So, all right. Brewster Punch. I got printed a bunch of postcards this past week to send out to people that sign up for my campaign newsletter, like message and head sketch on the back of a 4x6 art postcard. That's cool. Taking my lunch. Beautiful here in Colorado today. Oh, nice, man. Hey, Eric, excessive pouches can be functional too. That's right, they could be. Got lots of stuff to carry, man. You need those pouches. All right. Maybe I should have, all right, so he's got this doohickey. So this I'm gonna make coming down into his belt and connecting to his belt. So I'm gonna make these actually kind of come down here and lock into his belt for that functional aspect. It's gotta connect somewhere. So it's gonna connect to his belt, and then the rest, the pouches can go around it. And then I think on Brett Booth's drawing, he had some kind of logo thing on his belt right there in that circle piece, so I'll draw that. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to pop over and look at that reference image before I get too finalized on these things, because gotta remember. Pouch here. Yeah. See, it's always tricky because I love drawing like the ribs and the muscles of the torso. So I kind of don't want to cover them up, but at the same time, I want to add some gear. So it's like, what do I want to cover? What do I want to cover? Neck muscles are always fun. All right, so doing that. This might just do something like that there. It's coming together. Captain Hiltz, yes, this is a commission. This is a pike from the Wildcats commission. And yes, sir. Something like that. Over there. Be on the lookout for my new hero, the Mule. Be on the lookout for my new hero, the Mule, who has the incredible. Sorry, I'm pulling at my little soul patch as I'm talking. I can't do that. That doesn't work. All right, be on the lookout for my new hero, the Mule, who has the incredible ability to carry tons of equipment in a series of pouches. That's funny. Are you serious, man? I remember last time we talked about the pouch, Rob Liefeld's creation. The pouch. That's funny. I'm well, taking my lunch. Beautiful here in Colorado today. I did read that. And all right, we are all caught up. Cool deal. Ooh, I hear the rain. I hear the rain. All right, so let me think here. Let me, I'm going to go ahead and just ink his neck and this stuff here. I love how I get the angle, or the pencil gets that nice edge, and I could do the little feathering lines I do really nice with the pencil. But then when I try to do it with my inking pen, it just like it doesn't want to go. It's like, what the heck, man? And if you guys are just joining us earlier, the first thing we did on the stream, I took you through a few of my old school drawings from like high school and even art college. Just kind of reminiscing. Kind of took a look at some of those. I was looking for that Cable John Romita Jr. pick I did way back. I saw it somewhere and I couldn't find it. So I did find some other stuff. So I kind of went through that little walk back in time. So if you missed that, feel free to go back afterwards and check it out. I did get the links in the description today, as per Gary's advice. So I did that. And yeah. Sounds like a winner. I'm sure it will be. The Mule. He carries pouches. He's like the character from the hold on, I'll think of it. Nope, it's not coming to me. Never mind. When I think of it, I'll come back. But he reminds me of somebody else. Color in black. So when I started this commission, I really should have went with my blue line pencil, but I didn't, and I sketched it with my really light HB pencil. And so now I gotta kind of just going in here and erasing some of my sketch marks, sketch lines underneath, just to clean it up a bit. And so I didn't fully think that through. Because typically what I've been doing nowadays, because I ink everything, I ink all my work. So I'll just do pencil and then I erase it after I ink it. So I wasn't really thinking about that. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, the Savage Hawk kind of made me think of Nighthawk Warrior. When I was younger, I created a character called the Savage Rat. The Savage Rat. Yeah, he kind of looked like, I don't know if you've ever seen, was it Shadowhawk? It kind of looked a little bit like Shadowhawk with like his mask, but yeah, it's kind of the Savage Rat. What time is it? What time is it? It is 12:20. Yeah. I'll start with it. It is 12:20. I've been streaming for about over an hour. And it's lunchtime here at the Nenoltowski residence. So I'm gonna take off, guys, and eat some lunch. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please check out the link to the Savage, to the Shadow Sentry down in the description. Yeah, please support it if you haven't already. Back it. If you haven't heard about it yet, my real quick elevator pitch is it's a X-Men meets the Matrix superhero team book with a supernatural twist. So if you like the X-Men, if you like 90s books, or just good stories and good art, you will love the Shadow Sentry. So please check it out, subscribe, like this video, and yeah. I will be again on tomorrow. Did I say that right? I will be again on tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow again at 11 o'clock a.m. So I will see you guys there. So, right. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.